I am going to get into what happened. So, legitimately, I feel like garbage. I feel like it's my fault, even though I didn't know. But I still do feel like it's my fault. So during the collab with Numi, I was very plastered. And so, my mom called me, and typically what I like to do is just send her a message saying, I'm streaming. I'll come to you when I'm done. That's what I usually do, and we're usually good with that. But she didn't, text me or call me again. It was just one call. So I assumed it wasn't an emergency. So I continued my stream for or not my stream, but I continued with Numi for another 30 minutes after that phone call. So it wasn't long until I was done with Numi and I walked out. But as I walked out of my room, my mom is on the couch shaking severely, and she is vomiting. And as soon as I had walked out, my dad had walked in to the house from work. So I'm like, uh-oh, this doesn't look very good. And she can't talk properly. She's really dizzy. And so as soon as the stream was over, my dad took her to the hospital. Because the hospital that's semi-near our house is always packed. Very much so. It is very, very packed. So they only allow one guest visit. So it had to be my dad. So my dad took her to the hospital, and they didn't really know what was going on with her. So she just stayed at the hospital and kept throwing up there. And then after a bunch of throwing up, she kind of felt better. Vertigo. That's really funny, because I'm gonna get into that, but that's not what she has. She came home after 4 hours of being monitored at the hospital. And you know what? She was fine. She was fine. And I told her when she got home, I told her, hey, I'm gonna sleep next to you tonight, okay? Please call me. I'll be doing some work in my room. But please, please, please call me if you feel anything, okay? And I left my door open, and I left my phone on ring, everything, just so I can get a little bit more work done. And she was fine. She looked pretty good after coming back from the hospital. So it was around 2 a.m. I had finally wrapped up all my work, and I didn't get a call or anything like that from her. So as I'm going to her bedroom to sleep next to her, the bathroom is on the way to her bedroom. I walked past the bathroom, and the lights are off, but I hear a noise in the bathroom. So I turn, and I see my mom on the toilet with the garbage can in front of her, shivering and rocking back and forth again. And one eye is closed, one eye is open, and she is sweating as if she jumped in a pool. Her clothes were drenched. Her forehead was a waterfall of sweat droplets. I've legitimately never seen anything like that before. Seeing my mom in that state and she's crying. Oof. And I was like, Mommy, why didn't you call me? What's happening? What's happening? And she's like, I was just about to call you, but you just walked out as soon as I got here. But I fell on the way to the bathroom, and she had a bruise on her knee. She had a bruise on her knee because she fell on the way to the toilet. I felt really bad.
I understand the feeling, been in a similar situation. Know that there's no way you could have known. I know it doesn't help much, but please don't blame yourself.
I know, but still. Oh. So, I ran to, my bathroom, in which I grabbed all my, like, first aid stuff. I checked her temperature. It looked perfect. I checked her blood sugar, because she's diabetic, and that was also perfect. Oh god, it was really sad checking all those things though, because she was so weak, she couldn't even keep the thermometer in her mouth. So I had to hold it there. And she couldn't even raise her arm for me to check her blood sugar. She just looked so helpless. It was really scary for me. Cause you know my mom already has bad health. So, anyways, yeah, all of her vitals seemed perfect, which was really nice to see. Very calming. I think she just had like a stomach virus or something. It was still really scary. She was like in pain until like 5 a.m. and I wanted to stay awake next to her until she fell asleep. And then, I waited, and after she fell asleep, I fell asleep at 6 a.m. And then you'll never believe what happens next. I
13
swear.
months with Mimi, yippee.
I'm at my
glad
freaking
your mother
limit.
is doing better.
Thanks. She's better today. But yesterday, after we had woken up, I only had 2 hours of sleep, and I woke up because my body is just used to it. And I woke up, and you know, the day went really smoothly. It was pretty normal. She still felt nauseous, and she would get really cold, and I just had to. That's why I had to cancel streams so that I could be there for her. And then at nighttime, when me, my mom, and my dad were getting ready to go to bed, my dad woke up. He fell. His head started spinning. He couldn't walk properly. So, and so it's just I really cannot get a break, can I? I feel really bad. I feel really bad for both of my parents. So my dad was, you know, he was calling for help, like, as we were all, like, in our beds. And so we went to him. We were like, what's wrong? And he's like, I don't know what's happening. I feel like everything's spinning. I can't breathe. I don't know what's going on. And so I was like, okay, sit down. We put him on the couch, and we checked his blood pressure because he already has really bad blood pressure issues because of his stress. Yeah, so we checked his blood pressure, and it was at an all-time high. We've never seen it that high before, ever. So my mom immediately gave him medicine and a banana. I don't know why, but we gave him a banana. My mom said it's like magic or something. Magic banana. But, yeah, he ate it and he took the medicine. I actually think it's because you're not supposed to take the, medicine on an empty... You know what? I like the magic banana better. You dying? Banana. That's my mom's way of thinking. Potassium. Oh, we had to take him to the hospital too, and that was around like 2 a.m. as well. And of course, the hospital was full again, so we were there until 5 a.m. So I just have not slept since then. I'm on 2 hours of sleep from 2 days ago. So, you know, I'm I'm a goofy goober, yeah. But I just really wanted to come talk to you guys and have some of my favorite company. But, chat, thank you for listening to me. Sorry that I got into that. I try not to talk about the troubles in my life often, but again, after I come onto stream and I see you all, and it just makes me feel a lot better.